Hello everyone, welcome back. In this episode here, as you know, I have an issue with my headlight, and I think it's the wiring here. As you've seen from my previous episode, I did a warranty video, and pretty much this is what they sent me here, a RADMINI wiring harness. Now, I may not be able to finish today, but at least I washed the bike. It was very muddy. I washed the bike with the, of course, the power washer without using the power, and then air compressor. So it looks good. I wanted to clean it just because I'm gonna have to probably get into the controller here. So I'll go over this, maybe not today, but the weekend's coming up. So it'll give me a chance to work on this on the weekend. And so the RADMINI will be out of commission for just a little bit. And so stay tuned, all right? Hello everyone, welcome back to this episode of my mini RAD rover here. Today I'm going to go ahead and replace the wire harness here, mainly because the light is not working, even though this is a brand new light here. You can see my little Velcro setup here so it doesn't scratch. So I'm going to leave the light on. Mainly it's this I'm going to replace. As you see, this particular wire right here leads up to the light. It's just not responding. So I think I just have to unplug these wires for the most part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think 4. And then I have to actually take one of the wires. I believe it's probably this thicker one right here that just goes all the way down into the controller. So that means eventually I'm gonna have to open up the controller here. So I'm going to have to open up the controller box. And so here's some of the tools that I'm going to be using. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use an impact drill to unscrew, just because I don't want to strip the heads of the screw. Sometimes you can overly do them. Using an impact drill to unscrew with a screw bit on here, with the Phillips bit, helps to unscrew it without stripping the screws. So I'm going to do that, and plus it'll be faster. Let me see what else. And here's what they sent me. Actually, I called in after installing the front headlight, and it still wasn't working. I called in and let them know that it didn't work, and I think that something's wrong with the wiring, and so they sent me this here, which is the wiring harness, mini wiring harness, RADMINI wiring harness 2018. And you can see the different controls here. The two red ones are probably the left and right brakes. The yellow ones most likely the display. No, that may be actually going to the controller. And actually, what is this for? Oh, this is for the mode here. Most likely this yellow one is going to this. The two red ones goes to the left and right brake, and then this one, of course, this one is going to the display, and then of course all of that eventually just all goes down to. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And then all of it goes to the controller. Yeah, the thicker. Oh, here it is. So this one goes to the controller. Let's have a better look at it. So that's just. Let me see how many wires. There's like, I don't know. There's like 9 or 10, 12 wires or pins in there. So this one goes to the controller. So let me go ahead and get this ready for you. And so this is a warranty issue from RADMINI. So let me cut in and cut out real quick. All right, I got two of them out. I'm working on the other two, but I want to show you how the impact drill works. Very useful. Here's the, I thought it would be metal, but it's actually not. It's probably some kind of stainless steel, non-metallic. Doesn't even stick on this. This is a magnetic holder, but anyways, something for me to put in there. So this is how it works here. This is a good way of not stripping the screws, so let me just show you. There we go. So there's one, and here's the other one, if I can show you. There we go. So very, very useful. And again, you don't want to strip these screws because you are going to need them. So let me get my, well, let me just cut out. All right, I'm back here, and you can kind of see that it is it is very, very muddy here, where a lot of dirt has gone in through these holes. I'm a little surprised myself. If you look at that. Let's see here. So that's what it looks like, and that's the controller. Yeah. You see here's the plate. Of course it's aluminum, so it's a little wet and a little dirty. So it gives me a chance to go in here and go ahead and clean it out. And you can see the threading here, where the screws came from. I'm surprised there's no gasket on here, but hopefully that controller is holding up well. Oh my goodness. So let me just pull out the controller. Of course there's no battery, and it's definitely not powered on. So let me pull out the controller and see how I can work it. All right, so I opened up I just simply pulled it out. It just comes, you know, kind of cramped in there, and I just simply pull it out. You can see it's all aluminum, and it's all wet. It's still wet. So this gives me an opportunity to clean this out, and also to clean all this junk out. And I can see what they try to do. They try to hot glue or something. They try to hot glue this shut, but apparently it's not quite working. What I might do, since I have this open, is I might just use my hot glue and or maybe some silicone. Maybe not. Maybe for another episode. Maybe it's best to just leave it as is. It seems to be working. It's aluminum. Looks like it's somewhat water resistant. So I'm gonna use some compressed air, and you can see this is the wiring here. There you go. You can see the wiring. So I'm going to use some compressed air to blow all this stuff out, and to get a better cleaning workspace. All right, success. Used a little nylon brush here, and this is what it looks like now. Looks a lot better. I can't get those corners quite well, but it's good enough. It's good enough for me to work with. You can see it's kind of really dirty, but I think it's good enough. Cleaned up the controller a little bit. So I just have to figure out which wire it is. So it's probably, let me see here. I think it's this thick wire. So it's this one. It looks like this one right here. That's my opinion on it. It looks like this is the wire that I need to disconnect, and then I need to get this goop off of here, which didn't really, which kind of didn't really help on this side here. a lot of material got in, so I'll have to figure out how to take all that out. Okay. All right, give me some time here. I'll probably have to, I'm trying not to snip any of these wires. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm gonna have to, well, let me just see if I can pull these. I probably have to snip this wire as I'm probably gonna have to snip this wire. As I snip it, I'm going to get my zip ties and redo them. That way, as I work, I can make it happen. Anyways, give me some time here and let me work on it. Okay, success. Here it is. That looks like the right wire for it. Had to pull out the grommet a little bit to pull it out, but here it is. So there it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the zip tie. There's no way I can put it through the zip tie here. So I got this part out. I'm just gonna leave that now that I know everything. It's kind of interesting to see all the components and parts of this. Very small controller, so I can maybe understand why it's not going as fast enough. There's got to be a lot of you have to have a bigger controller to get more juice into it. But anyways, let me go ahead and now that I got that done, let me work on these here, and as soon as I get that, I'll be right back. All right, everyone, I'm back, and so I cut the zip tie because I want to know how it's positioned and everything, and so what I've determined is this right here is pretty obvious. It's this right here. It's going to be this right here. And so as I follow the wire down, I see the two, let me see here, these, okay, so these wires, these two wires go this way. This goes that way, these two. And I figured out that this is actually to the throttle. That's what this is for. So that's what the yellow one's for. I think the two reds go to the brakes, and then this yellow one goes to the throttle, and then this one obviously goes to the display. From the display, there's a wire that goes to this selector, I guess. So that's what I want to follow, and I'm going to do as you can see right here on this cable right here. So that's what I'm following as I look at the way it's done out. Let me see the way it's done out. Like this. These two wires go up this way, and then these two wires go that way. So, but I'm going to do them one by one, and so just to make sure that they're done right. All right, success. Pulled it off and put it on. I just did a one by one, following where the wires went, where they went up to. So this looks like this seems to be correct in the way it was done. So everything is, I don't know if it makes a difference on the brakes, but anyways, now before I continue, all right, so before I continue and go on and start doing everything, the whole point of this is to see if the wiring was the issue with the lights. And so instead of wiring everything, I'm going to actually just take this and take this part right here, where this goes to the controller, and I'm going to actually connect it. All right, so I'm going to connect it. I'm going to test it, see if it works with the light. I'm going to test it that it works on the modes, the display works. I won't be able to, I'm not going to do the throttle, but I just want to see if display works, and I'm going to test the light. And if the wiring was the issue, then I can simply just continue and do the rest of the wiring without me removing all the nice Velcro I put in here, and then fishing it through and putting it in. So let me do that before I, just go about doing all this work for nothing. So let me test it out first. All right. All right, I'm back. I got the battery. I got the battery right here, ready to go. As you see, the RAD rover battery. I got it connected here directly. Now I have the key turned. Okay, I already have the light installed, so let's just turn it on. Let's see if it works. That's the first thing I got to do. All right, success. Okay, let's push the up and mode to turn the light on. It's on. Let's see if the light really is on. Oh, you know what? Okay, so now I gotta I gotta install. I gotta turn this on. So let me start all over again. Okay, so I know it works. Let me actually go through the different settings here. There's the trip. Okay, it's responding. Okay, it's responding. So that was the point. I just want to make sure its wiring is correct. All right, now let me install this piece to the headlight, and we'll test it. All right, I'm back. Okay, so here it is. Here's the wiring to the headlight. All right, brand new headlight, by the way. All right, now let's go ahead and power this up. Okay, it's powered up, showing up. Let's push up in mode. All right, the light says it's on. Let's check it out. And nope, it's not on. The light is not working for some reason. All right, light is still not working. What is going on here? Oh my gosh, it might be the controller. It actually might be the controller. Wow. Okay. Well, let me just go ahead and put all this back in. There's no, I just don't see the point in rewiring all this. If it's not the wire, then it must be the controller. It's got to be the controller. That's the only thing that is just not working in this thing. That is the only thing that is not working. Let me see what's going in the controller. This is going through there. That's the cadence sensor that goes through. No, what is this wire for? There's two wires going in the back. Okay, one is for the cable. The other one's actually going to the motor itself. Looks like there is a pull out for the actual motor. Wow. Okay. Wow. All this just to get a headlight working, and it may not be. It may not be worth it, but okay. Let me try one more time here. If it's the controller, then I'm going to need a new controller. Okay, let me turn everything off. I'm pretty sure it's in. The two arrows are hard to see, those two arrows. But they're right there. There's one arrow. Where's the other arrow? There's the other arrow. So two arrows right there. You can see them shine. Yeah, okay, so one more time. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Up. There we go. Okay. And no light with even the new light. Okay, well, this is gonna end this episode series here. I'm gonna have to put everything back. At least I cleaned out the controller. Uh, I'm gonna have to call Rad Power Bikes. It's a weekend, so Monday morning. Let's find out. All right, I got almost everything back in. Um, the most I've done is actually just cut, and I can actually see the. I don't know if you can see that, but I can actually see the marks where the zip ties were clamping really hard, and so that's the only thing I need to do is re-zip tie this, but I won't even bother. It doesn't seem like it's a big deal. However, what I do want to show you is when you put back the screws here, do not use, this is great to removing screws when you're first doing it because it did feel tight as you saw as I was turning it, but do not screw screws. All right, do not use the impact drill to put them back on because you're going to strip the screws. It will continue to go. This thing is designed to keep going without stripping the screws. So this will literally strip the threads. So do not use this. I only use this to remove the screws. Simply, and these aren't magnetic, so having magnetic uh, screwdrivers won't help. But simply just and be careful you get the threads lined up. You um, don't strip the threads. I'm doing this one hand here. There we go. So just hand do them by hand. And I know I'm gonna have to remove this, so I'm not gonna do it too tightly. So do this by hand, and just enough just to get it on. Don't strip the heads because then you really won't be able to get them out. There we go. And just like that. Let me go ahead and do this one here while I'm live or on the camera here. There we go. This one doesn't feel right. This one doesn't feel right. Another thing you want to do is maybe loosen all of these up a little bit before you torque them down by hand. That way all the screws can kind of fit with the threads. So let me do that. All right, so I've loosened these up so that I can get this last screw in, and then now I can get it in relatively easy. It's kind of important because you don't want to strip the threads on this unless you have a tap and die, which I do. But it seems like I don't think these are aluminum screws, but I think they're like stainless steel or something that just doesn't rust. And last thing you want to do is strip these out. Although these are aluminum, so if you have a tap and die set, it's not that hard to rethread them. But you just don't want to. You just don't want to do that. Let me see this bottom one's. There we go. And I'll retighten or just check them one more time. But anyways, that's how you get it back on. And that's it. Otherwise, I have to admit that the wiring harness is a failure, most likely a failure. It doesn't obviously work. So the last thing that's left is a controller. It's got to be the controller. I don't know what else it can be. I got a new wire. Light's not working. I can't imagine it's the display or even this. This is all I don't know what it is. So anyways, I'm gonna have to call Rad warranty. Rad Power Bikes on this warranty. So really testing out the warranty on this thing, just for a headlight. I know, I could probably do better, get my own flashlight, but it's still well within 1 year, and so far they've owned up to the warranty. I just have to continue until the headlight works. Um, so this concludes this episode. So feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, or even do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned. Bye.